Hi, you guys. I told you I would do a video in regards to me having an out of body experience, a moment where I died. It was probably maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, probably. And I was going through a difficult time in my life, one of the many difficult times in my life. And I was so numb to the pain. I was so, I was just devastated of a situation that was going on. So I had a lot of pain and agony, and my heart was just heavy, and a lot of things were going on. So I completely gave up in that moment. And I remember laying in my bed, and I remember watching TV. I think it was the news, but I don't know if you guys remember the Freddy Krueger movie. Why did our parents let us watch that coming up? But I remember the part where there was a scene where the guy, he was asleep, or he was laying in his bed and the TV was still on. He fell asleep, and then the next thing you know, he was being pulled inside of his bed, like everything was being pulled inside of his bed. That's the kind of moment I had during that time in my life. I was laying in bed, and I literally felt my body just being drawn in and sucked in into that bed. But what that represent is that I was suffocating. I was suffering from this pain and agony. But I remember me coming out of my body and looking down at myself, and that's the moment that I knew that I gave up on my life. Like, God allowed me to see that. But at that moment, I didn't know that I experienced that, or had the full, or I couldn't articulate it or have the language to what was happening. Because during that time, again, I was living a double life. I was, struggling with my walk with God, until I went to church and I got prayed for. And when I got prayed for, he was like, you had a near-death experience, like you came out of your body, but God preserved you. And ever since that day, ever since that moment, I always thank God of how he preserved my life, how he kept me here. And I don't know why he wanted me to share that with you guys, whoever sees this video, but God preserved me. He kept me here for a reason. And I owe it all to him. My voice, my body, my temple, everything. And yes, I may have made mistakes since then, but I can't go back. There's no way I can ever go back to the life that I used to have. And it's not because I had the near-death experience, but it's because how good God is, the faith that I have in him. Like, I'm willing to do whatever it is or whatever it takes to live my life for him. But if anyone has experienced that, or have moments of heartbreak and moments of agony, so much that you feel numb to the pain and of the situation that took place, I pray that God will preserve you. I pray that you won't give in to being suffocated and allowing that thing to draw you, to take life out of you. And that's what it is. Thank you, God, to allow that thing or that situation, that heartbreak, to drain the life of you. I hate heartbreaks. I really do, because I'm a loving person. I love people. I'm an empath, but, God is teaching me how to use that to, for the right people he calls me to. Because a lot of people can come in your life when they know you're an empath. They can come in your life and try to drain you alive, the spirit of Python, that Leviathan spirit. But if you're having any heartbreak, any pain, and you feel like you just want to give up, I pray that you don't. I pray that you will hear this message and ask God to fill that void, to help you to heal from that pain, help you to heal from that heartbreak, or whatever the situation may be, so that you will not experience suffocation. You will not feel suffocated from that situation, right? And that God will breathe life back into you, that he will preserve you for such a time as this, because he needs us, right? God needs, he don't need anyone. He can use anyone, but he can do whatever he want to do, but he needs us to be a vessel for him. So, and I know it's easy said and done to not give in, or to allow a situation to drain you of life, but it does happen. But I pray that you will not give in to that heartbreak. You will not give in to that pain. Allow God to use your pain for his glory. Allow God to use your trauma, your hurt, your bitterness, the betrayal you went through, if you went through a divorce, whatever you may have experienced in your life. Allow God to use that to help save other people. All right, bye.